Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, the 7th of June, another day in lockdown, although many offices are starting to open, as is ours, although using flexi time. In the reading this morning from Galatians chapter 5, verse 7, Paul draws an interesting analogy. He says to the church in Galatia, who cut in on you on the race? You were running a good race and someone cut in on you and disrupted your pace effectively. And thinking back to my days at school and doing athletics, that certainly was a problem. If someone suddenly cut in front of you, you had to brake hard and or trip over and fall and almost effectively end your race. What is Paul talking about? Well, the church in Galatia had started working really well. They had come to faith, they knew who Jesus was, and they followed him implicitly. But then it would appear that certain people came in and began to hoodwink the message of Paul, and they began to throw in extra things. One of the primary things they threw in was that if you want to be a Christian, you still actually have to be a Jew. You can't be a Christian unless you're a Jew, and you have to be circumcised. And Paul was convinced of this, and the other apostles agreed with him, that circumcision was very much an Old Testament sign of faith and being a member of the covenant. In the New Testament now, with the death of Jesus, it was our faith and our obedience in Christ. And yet there were those running around who were confusing the Galatian church and saying, no, you have to be circumcised. And people didn't know, should they go left? Should they go right? What should they do? And how does this relate to you and me? Well, in this modern day and age, there is so much news, fake news very often, so much cutting in on the race of this Christian life. You and I need to be cautious. What beliefs do we have which are not intrinsically directly from Christ? Who has sown confusion in our lives? And there are many examples, far too many to give in this short address this morning. But to sit down and to pray and ask God, what is it that you believe which God is saying is not true? There is a lot happening in the world, in fake news about COVID, in the ugly head of racism that has reared itself. What is God saying? What is the truth? Now, just to end, the truth very often is that which is a little uncomfortable for us to bear. The fake news will say, you're perfect, carry on doing what you're doing, carry on believing what you're believing. Often the truth is a little more difficult and makes us feel uncomfortable. The truth can be gleaned from those solid Christian authors, not the pastor next door, not even your own particular beliefs. What is the teaching coming from the church fathers, the church teachers going back over time? What is that difficult truth? Is this not perhaps what God is asking and challenging you to confront today? This is what Paul was asking the church in Galatia to confront. Folks, what is God saying to you? A tough question for today, but hang in there. God definitely speaks, and he speaks life, not death, not circumcision. He doesn't cut in on your race and trip you up, but he does guide you and he does challenge you. What is God saying? Folks, have a wonderful day. God bless.